live somewhere. I don't know where.
He's forgetting it.
This is my brain on cheap cold meds. Not cheap. They're expensive cold meds. But
Say they're not cheap.
Live somewhere. I don't know where.
He's forgetting it.
Yep. This is my brain on. Okay. I think we got it. You good over there?
Yes.
All right. Hey guys, good to see everybody. Welcome back. Sorry we missed last week, and yeah, it is what it is. So I've passed my Epizootic. My kids passed it to me. The grandkids passed it to me, and now I've so nicely passed it to my hubby. So we're pushing through as best we can. So we're coughing and hacking, and we'll apologize for any outbursts that may come up. We've got piles of cough drops here, and he's on medicine. So we never know. I said he takes cough medicine or we take cold medicine. And I said, it's better than a cheap bottle of wine because we're both like slap happy. I'm looking at him like, you look like you're buzzed. Like, we're not good drug addicts. So, okay, guys, come on in. Tell us what's going on. We'll get started. So we had family stuff this weekend. We tried to push through our cold a little bit. And we had the kids, my grandkids had their fall party. So they were so excited to be able to share their keto treats with all their friends and everything like that. So we were over hanging out with like 12 little ones, all the goodies. But I was so proud of my kids because the grandkids got to make and think about all the treats that they wanted to share with their friends and thought they were so cool because they pulled some tricks over on their friends that everybody didn't realize it was keto treats. And a couple that got a little snarky with them was like, yeah, that's keto food. But they pulled it off. They were great. We had everything from a meat tray, a cheese tray, veggie tray, meatballs. What else was there?
Dirt pudding.
I made the dirt pudding with the keto chow and the stuff on top. Those of you that just signed on, is the only thing I got called out on was the kids that one of the kids called me out on the dirt pudding that I made. The pudding was fine. Everything else, he's like, I don't know what was on top of that dirt pudding, what it was in Oreos. And my son called me out. He's like, Mom, you're busted. So we didn't make it all the way through, but everybody did so well. And the kids had fun. And we had hot chocolate. That's the other thing we had is hot. We did the keto chow with hot chocolate and used heavy cream in it. The keto chow and shaved some of the keto bricks on top, so it was just all kinds. Wasn't perfect for us adults that are in a strict keto, but for the kids, I was so proud of them that it was perfectly fine. It was so much better than a bag of candy and a bunch of crap. It was, oh, hey, Roxanne's making it. It was just a bunch of stuff that could have been a whole heck of a lot worse. So it was teaching them to make choices, and they were proud of themselves. They were proud of their friends for coming, and they were excited about it. It wasn't oh my gosh, this is all we get to have. So I guess my point in this is it's a mindset. It's that we make it a positive. We put the kids in control. Made it a positive, powerful thing that they got to pick. They got to choose. They got to be a part of. They helped me make the egg pudding. They helped do everything. And they were excited because they know how good they're feeling on it. And they wanted to share that with their friends. So there was nothing negative about it. There was nobody complaining and moaning and groaning that we didn't have bags of candy or anything for Halloween or fall party. So it was too easy. It was just a win for us. And then we went to a birthday party today with family over at Lance's family, and nephew was there, birthday party, cake, ice cream, everything. And we did the chicken and a little bit of salad and got to spend time with family. And it was a piece of cake, literally.
Yeah, and we
didn't have any. There was cake and we didn't have any. So it's those things that it's a mindset. When you look up and you start to think, oh, that cake looks good. And you look at it and it's like, no, don't. Yeah, it's a headache. That's a bellyache waiting to happen. But you realize, you know what? We're just so blessed. We have our family together. Our kids are all together. Everybody having fun. And that's what it's all about. So it's changing that mindset, going in with the right frame of mind, going in with a plan and knowing what we were doing. And like I said, the only thing derailing us right now is these stupid piles of cough drops that we have laying around. So other than that, we're doing good. We're heading into our fast. We're going to try for a 72. And we've committed to, if for some reason, because of cold meds or coughing jags or whatever, we've got to break our 72 fast. We've agreed to go to sardines. So it's incentive to stay on track because I don't want sardines. So I'm pushing for a 72-hour clean fast, salt water, black coffee, black tea. We're going to hope to make it and go forward because I'm not into sardines. So I think he likes breaking it fast just so he can have the sardines because he likes them, but we're getting there. So that's our story. We're sticking to it. Here we go. Let's just go down through. If we don't have that many, let's all try to check in real quick. Give me a win, give me a struggle. Try to keep it short so we can try to get through everybody tonight. Because God only knows when cold meds kick in, we're gonna have to tag out. So everybody keep it short, go through, tell us how you're doing. Linda, you want to start?
Yeah, I've been doing well, starting my sardine fast. I love sardines. It's not a problem. And like I said, I'm planning a great cheat, so that's why I'm going to do the fast.
Good. Good. Linda's getting ready to head into a wedding. So she's doing her fast, getting prepped and ready to go into a wedding. She's going in with a plan. She knows she's going to cheat when she gets there. So we're going to just get her as prepped and ready as we can heading into it. The only thing, Linda, I want to remind you, and this goes to everybody, if you're in deep ketosis and you head out for a cheat night to celebrate, be careful with your alcohol because it will hit you like a brick wall. And you will never imagine how fast it will hit you and how hard it will hit you. So just be aware of that.
I'm carrying my ketones with me.
Carry your ketones and make sure you have a designated driver because you will be drunk faster than you can imagine.
Oh, boy.
Ask who learned that one the hard way. So it's just a win. Just be careful, Linda, but good job for prepping and moving ahead in it. So go on. Becca, come tell us how you're doing.
I'm doing fine. My indiscretion of last weekend, when I stopped my fast too early and then had a carb fast, my numbers are beginning to recover from it finally. I was watching a Dr. Boz episode where she said it can take 4 or 5 days, and it certainly is taking that long. I'm now going into a 72-hour sardine fast with a bunch of friends. And we're all going to cheer each other on.
Good.
And I'm going to try some things with the sardines that, in the past when I've eaten them, I've just eaten them whole. And I'm going to try mashing them with some herb butter that I have and see if that changes any. I won't say makes them more palatable because I kind of like them. I'm not real impressed with the King Oscar brand. I've got a bunch of the seasoned brand, and I'd like to try Whole Earth or something like that. There's another brand that people seem to be fond of, and I'll just try a bunch of different things till I find some that I like the best.
Yep. Good for you. Good job, Becca. And good for you for doing the sardine challenge. If you're not prepped and ready to do a 72-hour, anybody at any level can do a sardine challenge. So all that is, it's not a true fast. It is a challenge. That's why she's calling you hear Becca calling it. She's calling it a sardine challenge. It's not a true fast. A fast is clean water or salt water, black coffee, black tea. That's what we call a fast. Sardine challenge just means you're not consuming anything but sardines for those 3 days. So if you're hungry and you're trying to make it through, you're trying to clean up, trying to break some old habits or old addictions or anything like that, sardines will do it. So I don't know what's in them little boogers, but I'm telling you, I don't personally like them, but my body loves them. So what they do to my body and the nutrition that they give me, I feel so good when I eat them. And I hate to admit that because I have been eating them every week for almost 2 years and my body does not like them, but I like what they do for me. So I still do it. I still eat them. I'm hoping, like Dr. Boz says, my palate will develop. I'm waiting for that moment because it ain't happened yet, but my body's really slow. So Becca, first of all, I want to give you kudos for being able to, you carb loaded a day, you fell off the wagon, you struggled, whatever, but to say in a few days you're getting back on, I'm just proud of you for that, for what your body's going through and the stress that you're carrying and you're pushing your body through. Just know when I was withdrawing from medications and Oxycontin and things like that and getting off all of that, my body would have taken weeks to get back on. So Becca, you're doing something right. And I give you all the credit in the world. So good for you, girl. Good job.
Today is day 100 when I started the decrease of the meds.
Awesome.
Good job. Good job. To think you've come that far in 100 days. Absolutely.
Yep.
We all,
Kudos.
Kudos.
I've still got 2 more pills that I need to decrease, and it's going to be slow. But I'd rather take it slow than hurry it up and have problems.
Absolutely. So good for you. And say a prayer because next Monday, guys, I have a telehealth appointment with my cardiologist, and I hope to be joining Becca and getting off some medication. So I'm hoping it's coming up. I don't know. I can't promise yet, but I'm 3 months in, and he's kind of started out, said give him 6 months to a year. And I'm like, and he said maybe 3 months to 6 months. I'm like, yeah. So it's 3 months. So I'm pushing for 3. So we're going for that. But good job, Becca. Betsy, come on in. Say hi. Maybe if we can get you on mute. There we go. Can you touch it and get a microphone? There we
you
go. Good job.
I have a problem with my fingers. They don't have enough circulation, so they are cold. So
Yeah.
sometimes they don't click right.
Oh, poor thing.
We get you
Hey,
a
don't be-
massage. So come on in. Tell us how you're doing.
So I'm doing good. I'm doing the sardine challenge too. So this is day 1. And actually, I have a hard time fasting. So the sardine challenge gets my numbers up there and I do better this way.
Good. Good. How long have you been in keto, Betsy?
Well, this is going on 2.5 years, I'd say.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So are you fat adapted? Are you doing keto continuum?
Yeah, I have, and I'm pretty sure I'm fat adapted, but I'm on a lot of medications and have a lot of autoimmune problems, so my numbers aren't that good. So
Well, just know
I
if you
do-
ever need any help getting to that point, just know that fasting is where that magic will happen, especially without autoimmune. Getting that DBR really low is what's going to help take care of that autoimmune work for you. So let us know if you ever need help doing that moving forward.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Come on in, beautiful Kathleen. Tell us how you're doing.
I'm doing great. I am 26 hours into my fast, my clean, and this is what my number 5 of 8. My second time through, but this one I know I'm fat adapted now. Thank you, Tammy, for showing me how that worked. And I'm just excited to see what it's going to be like at the end of the 8th week. I'm looking forward to the implementing of new things just to see how my body will react. But for right now, I'm just going to continue, as you say, rinse and repeat. And I love what I do eat when it's not those 72 hours. But I have to say, I thoroughly love what my body's doing while I'm doing the 72 hours. So it's all a win-win. I could not be any more grateful and doing mentally amazing. And yeah, God is real and he is good. And yeah,
Amen.
praise the Lord. I'm good.
I still just want to say, woman, if you can stay, do you mind if I share a little? Okay. If I can. Kathleen is just amazing. So how we all make excuses and we all say, oh, life is a crap show right now and life is hard and life is this. And it gives us all the excuse that we want to jump off the wagon and do whatever. Kathleen's love of her life just passed away 2 weeks ago, Sunday, right? 1 week ago, Sunday, a week ago, Sunday. And this woman never batted an eye and jumped off course. She stayed the course. She did the work. She let her chemistry carry her while she lost the love of her life. And God is good, but I will say the woman is such an inspiration to not just me, but everybody around her, because she doesn't make excuses for herself. She doesn't give herself an out because life sucks. She has to take care of her. We each have to learn to take care of ourselves. That is how and only way we are going to take care of anybody around us. We cannot do it if we don't take care of ourselves first. And Kathleen, again, you are such an inspiration, and I give you all the kudos in the world for standing strong and doing what you've done and being a leader of all leaders. So I'm just so proud of you.
And I just honestly believe that prayer is so real, and knowing how many people are praying for me, it's like I'm being carried. This is one of those times where you know God's got it, because you can't possibly do this.
Yeah.
So I just praise the Lord and trust him and rely on everybody that I know that's praying for me to continue to pray for me, because it's a miracle.
We love you, girl. You stay the course. I'm so happy for your fifth one. What she's talking about, she's on her fifth week in a row of 72-hour fast, which is the goal up keto continuum number 12. So as you get down there, you're going to hit 8 weeks in a row, and those 8 weeks in a row of deep cleaning is what actually helps clean out that liver. When she's talking about getting to the end of those 8 weeks, that's when you're going to reevaluate. We're going to reassess, see where her numbers are. Has she reached her goals, whatever. But that's when she can now determine what she's going to reintroduce, or is she going to go right back into the fasting? Lance and I still have lots of damage, lots of things we're working on. So when we finish our 8 weeks of fast, we just take a week for a minute and say, and then we start right back in it. So it's until you reach your goals, that's how you're going to fix and cure and heal and turn everything around by doing that. So good job, Kathleen. We love you.
Yep.
Hey, Joan, good to see you, hon. Good to see you back on the wagon. Come say hi. Tell us how you're doing.
Thank you.
Glad to have you back.
I know it's been rough.
We've missed you.
In February, there was a death that sent me into a depression and a spiral down, and ended up back on antidepressants and just all kinds of stuff. It was bad. Put me in a depression for till now.
Well, we're
I
sorry.
started back on antidepressants, so that helped. But I can say that this week I did a 3-day fast, and I did start back on keto. And so I'm very grateful and realize that, it's not something that I can do by myself, that I do need a support group with it. As Dr. Boz always said, you need your tribe, and I need a tribe.
Welcome
and so I'm excited to be back on, because I put almost all the weight back on that I had lost. And so I'm just glad to be here. Thanks.
Good. Well, Joan, we're so sorry for what you went through, and I don't need to remind you, but I'll tell her, just so you know, all those depressants, all those antidepressants, all those hormones in your body are all fat-based hormones that are going to help pull you out of that. So get all that estrogen, get everything happy again. Fat-based hormones is where the answer is at. Get that fat back in the brain, get the glucose out of the brain. All those things are what's going to make all that kick back in for you. Your body will remember. Just get back on track, do the basics, go back to, under 20 carbs as far as you can, keeping that down. Fats high, proteins moderate. Your body will kick back in, but get back in the groups, come and see us, and get back on support. So we're happy to see you, hon.
Amen. Thanks.
Come on, Felicia, come and say hi.
Hi there. How are y'all doing?
We're good.
How are you?
Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm just trucking right on along. So we're up and down, but it's okay.
Good job. You know what you're doing. I know you do. So I ain't even going to ask. So good job. If you need help, you know where I'm at. Come
Yes,
on in, Stina.
Good to see you, Felicia.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad Tammy, you and Lance are doing okay with those colds, but
We're making it.
all right. So real quick, I think I chatted about I'm shifting to an early time restricted feeding window. I did 48-hour fast last week, decided not to do 72 as I transition into this early window. Pretty good success. The weird thing is firing up the air fryer first thing in the morning to do steaks is a little weird, but other than that, I'm doing pretty good. It's hard to squeeze the window. I'm going to go with 2 meals a day in that window, but that's my challenge, is that stopping it at 3 to 4 in the afternoon and no more. So, but that's it for me.
That is a hard
Good.
challenge. Good job, Stina. But only thing worse than kicking up that air fryer for steaks in the morning is kicking up that air fryer for sardines in the morning. So
Oh, no.
I can't do it yet either. So it's like, I know I need to get that eating window moved, but good for you for doing it. So
Thanks.
I can, it's hard enough in the afternoon, but but good job. And good job for listening to your body. If you didn't make it through to the 72, but you got the 48 in, good for you. And moving that in, just so especially us girls, especially all of us with hormones, or even those of us missing some hormones, moving that eating window into the earlier parts of the daylight time in the day is such a win for our hormones and getting everything going. So the earlier eating window, the earlier we close out.
And that's not just for women either.
It's not.
My numbers, I'm going to tell you, my numbers showed it. And if you look at it, because I track everything, I could see in September it was getting worse. But as soon as I shifted it, everything got better. It's like, oh, I'm really sensitive to the sun. So now I know.
Yeah,
exactly. And that goes for guys too. Anytime you can get that eating window earlier in the day, that it just all around helps better.
It's hard because it's not a practical thing. Like he comes home for lunch at noon, but he has like 10 minutes. By the time he drives home, comes in for a minute, makes a coffee, it's time for him to leave again. So it's hard to scarf down a steak and, a 10-minute eating window.
Yeah, we ain't gonna try that.
So his eating window is at 4. Hopefully, as we get back into a routine and feeling better, not taking cold meds, I'm going to try to make my eating window earlier and just let him eat his steak when he gets home or whatever meat we're having. I'm going to try. I don't know. You guys will have to cheer me on because I don't know how well it's going to go. Go ahead, Sandy. Jump in. Come say hi.
Oh, hi.
Hello, Sandy.
Earlier last week, I went off the rails and then I got back into healthier eating and blew it again today.
Oh,
Yeah. And not feeling real good about that. And I know better. I absolutely know better. Here I am.
Well, you're at the right place.
Yep.
That's
that.
right.
We're going to kick your butt and get you right back on track. So you know that.
we'll tell you straight.
We're going to tell you straight up, hey, you know better. So but you're going to take it as a learning lesson. You're going to take it as, where did you go wrong? Where did you go off the rails? What was your trigger? And I probably know what your trigger is. So I'm going to say, we're going to work you through it the next time. Whatever it is that threw you off, we'll get you through it the next time. And being prepped and ready. If you've got to carry BHB with you, if you've got to carry MCT capsules with you, whatever you need to do, or if you need to avoid situations, plan it out, think it out, but you're going to get right back on the wagon. You're going to get back on tomorrow. I want you to wake up. I want you to have a bright new outlook on life. And I want you to start tomorrow. You are your first priority and your health. So you can't take care of anybody around you until you do for you first, which means back on track, eating correctly, under 20 carbs, staying on the road. Focus.
Do you call it BHT?
BHB.
BHB. I understand what it's meant for, but I maybe it is falling forward, but I don't like it.
You're right. And when you have the people that have the addictive personality that will go towards it, like other people we know, those would be a struggle, but it is still better than a Dr. Pepper. It is still better than going anywhere. So it's one of those things. I don't want you to look at it as a fail. This isn't you doing something wrong. This is you helping your body get back on track. This is you helping your body move forward and not falling backwards. So don't look at it that way. If you can't stay in the realms of what you know is proper for your body, then don't be afraid to turn to it. Don't be scared of that. That's what the tools are for. They're not crutches to use every day. It's not an excuse. It's a when you need it. I'm drinking them right now. My numbers are awful. It's 9 o'clock at night and I'm drinking ketones. Not the best, but I have to work
up all night.
I have to work and think tonight. I have to process. I have to do it. I'm sucking down cough drops like they're Pez candy. So I need all the help by tomorrow morning that I can get. So don't be afraid to do that, Sandy. And that's what the tools are for.
Well, I mixed it and took it with me today, but I didn't touch it. It's just like.
Okay, so you had BHB with you, mixed up, ready to drink, and you still
Right.
went off the rails and you was worried the BHB was bad?
To me, it isn't any different than.
No,
It's a whole lot different.
it's a whole lot different. Don't think that. Do not think that. There is a whole lot of difference between a Dr. Pepper and a bottle of BHB. So,
Well, I didn't have Dr. Pepper.
okay, well, whatever it was that you turned to, BHB would have been a better choice, I'm sure, especially if you had it with you and you were prepped and ready and had it. Keep that BHB
That's what it's there for. That's why you took
So
it.
when you drink it, do you just sip it along for hours or how do you do it?
I just sip it. If you drink it fast, it's going to send you straight to the bathroom probably because it's a salts. But I just sip it. Like I put a half a scoop in this big old container and I'll sip on it. And it gives you a little bit of energy. It'll give you a little bit of mental clarity. And those ketones will be quick in and quick out. So that, it's not a big thing, but it's enough that I'm kind of foggy headed tonight. The cough drops are getting to me and I'm tired, so it's one of those, I'm doing what I got to do. It's not perfect, but I'm moving into my fast best I can. So hang in there, Sandy. We got you. You're back on track. You're everybody's here with you. Be in the groups. Everybody will keep you going. Come on in, Wayne. Come check in for everybody.
Hi there.
Hey, how's the ladies all doing? Come and tell us how you're doing, how the girls are doing, everybody.
Hi, Wayne.
Hi there. So 2 weeks ago, since we didn't meet last Sunday, I had a doctor's appointment, and based on my numbers, she said, well, hate to say this, but by definition, you hit the definition of being diabetic. And that was kind of a slap in the face. So really kind of shook me there. On the positive side, I had charts of everything I've done. I started with my blood glucose at around 215, and I forgot what it was when I tested, but I'm out of the last 10 days, 7 of the days were under 120.
Nice.
In the morning.
And tell them where you started from, Wayne.
Yeah,
So-
I was up in the 215 range is where I was.
Yeah.
So, and that was on August 22nd. So just about 2 months.
Wow, that's great.
That's huge.
So, things are going pretty good. I'm not having any kind of cravings or anything like that. We went through Sam's Club today, and I was like, okay, we got to go grab something to eat after looking at all this junk. So hit Five Guys and had a couple burger patties and
Perfect.
and made it.
Good.
I've been eating in a window. Weekends are somewhat relaxed just because of timing on things. I was forced into a fast this week because I had a medical procedure and needed to fast for a day to prepare for. It was a colonoscopy. So
How long did you make it?
I went 45 hours.
Nice.
Nice.
And I didn't break it because I was famished. My brother was helping transport me and all, and he was in from out of town, and he really wanted to go to this place for lunch. And I'm like, you helped me out. Let's go there. So, I had some chicken wings. So, it was,
That's pretty.
I was fine. And the numbers I had before I broke my fast were 106 and 1.2. So a DBR of 88. That was
Nice.
the first DBR I've had under 100.
Very good.
Good job.
That shows you that your fasting will work for you.
Yeah. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do this week. But I'm going to incorporate some fasting into this. So everything's looking good. Just figuring out what works for me.
Good job, Wayne. I can't wait to get you down the pike when you and your whole gang get ready to go. It's just going to be awesome because Wayne has come so far from, he's saying how they diagnosed him with diabetes. Just know most of us that were waking up with a glucose of over 100, we're just undiagnosed diabetics. So, or if you want to be nice and call us pre-diabetic, it's the same
thing.
hot mess. So Wayne,
I don't know, that pre in front of it sounds a lot better to me.
It's a little nicer, but it's just truly undiagnosed. It's more glucose in your blood than the body can hold on to and function with. So it's just that moment when your body is chucking glucose out of the blood and having to store it, there's a problem. So I don't care if you've hit your goal weight. I don't care if you're tall and skinny. I don't care what it is. If your body is having to chuck extra glucose and can't function and it's overload, you're pretty much diabetic. That is kind of one of those things when you have the skinny friend that thinks they're all healthy and you say, let me see your morning glucose. Show me what your numbers are,
right?
Because it's going to tell you most of those people are no healthier than the rest of us. We just store it as fat. We just store it easier. It's just one of those things. So just know we're all in the same boat, Wayne. I'm so proud of you for staying the course. Just so you guys know, Wayne leads his wife and best friend, and they do it as a family, and he's an awesome leader. So how I keep saying, I can't wait to get more men on this group that are leading by example and being the leaders that God meant them to be at their family. And Wayne is one of them. So Wayne, I'm just so proud of you, the way you're doing it and leading by example. So good job, buddy. We'll get you going. Brother. Yes. Tell the girls hi. Good job. Who's next? Roxanne, I'm so glad. Come on in and say hi. Tell us how you're doing. Roxanne has Wi-Fi. Those of us that live in the country around our area in Ohio, up north here, Wi-Fi is a challenge in the country. So Roxanne always has a hard time getting on the Wi-Fi. Sometimes she used to come to our house and sit with us because she can't get Wi-Fi at her house. So come on in. We're glad to see you. Come and tell us how you're doing, Roxanne.
I'm doing okay. I've been trying, I'm off and on the wagon, but I've been diagnosed with high blood pressure all of a sudden and sugar diabetes. And I'm going on meds because I have to have that controlled for my surgery Tuesday of this week. So, but I tried the fasting, the eating like once a day, and I would eat like in the evening. I'm finding my glucose really high in the morning and low during the day.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, the doctor said, and I've also read that's a hormone. Some people are their bodies manage that way, high in the morning, which is unusual, is what the doctor's saying. No. And the
First
high
of all,
blood.
Go ahead, honey. Finish up, and then I'll.
I'm on this like an Epic pen now. It's supposed to control your glucose. I give a shot once a week in the stomach, and I hate being on that. But I was doing so good with the fasting, but I'm not seeing anything. Not fasting, but the 1 meal a day. I find though I did change it where I would eat at noon, and then I had something really, really light in the evening, like so 2 times, and then everything went down. So if I, like you were saying earlier, by that window, shutting that window off early changes the hormones. So I did see that happening with me. If I eat at night, it's worse, around 5:30, 6 o'clock, which we would be eating our dinner.
Roxanne, first of all, I know you've come a long way too, and you're dealing with a lot of things at one time. So the only thing I would say to you is, I know some with you being off and on, I would say back up a little bit and slow down. We got to get your body ready to do 1 meal a day. And I'm not positive your chemistry is ready for 1 meal a day, but either way, eating earlier in that eating window, getting everything in you. But that morning glucose waking up is because of all the stored glucose in your body. So as your body heals and gets better, that morning glucose will come down. And the earlier in the day you close that eating window and stop putting calories in, is the better your morning glucoses will start coming, because that's that reflection of the glucose in the liver. That first morning reading is the one that's so important, because by the afternoon when you test, that's where the kind of noise comes in that's going to determine on, your energy usage, what you've consumed all day. There's a million factors that are coming into play in the afternoon or the evening when you test later. That morning one is the one that is so important. That's saying what your true health is. And with you having a surgery coming up and everything like that, I would just get those carbs down as low as you can and stay consistent. That is what you need, to just be consistent day after day after day for weeks, not days. You need to do that for weeks to make sure your body is prepped and ready to push you forward. And even if you're at OMAD, closing that eating window, we've got to get those fat-based hormones all working before we close that eating window for you. So it's one of those things I think we need to slow you down just a little bit and be consistent at one level before we push you forward for weeks. So get through your surgery, come out, you're going to have medications in you and stuff from surgeries and things like that. When you come out, be ready, have foods there prepped and ready, so that you're not eating you don't want chicken noodle soup and toast. When you come out of surgery, you want to make sure you have some good solid foods, meats, proteins, fats, all those things ready for when you come out, and then we'll push you forward into it. So you just kind of ride it out right now till you get through your surgery. But good job, and good job for being on group tonight and showing up, all of you. That's just, it takes a village. It's what we're all here for. That's what we need. And we miss you guys as much as you guys use us. We use you guys for the same support. So it's just, we all need community. There's something magic goes on in the brain when there's like-minded people talking and sharing. So we're just happy to have all of you. Roxanne, I'm just proud of you.
Good luck on your surgery.
Good luck on your surgery. We're praying for you. And get back in here, though. Even if you're laid up, you can still sit and watch. Get in and chat with us, talk with us, get on and live, come and see us. Do not just hide out. So you got this.
Hey, thanks.
You're welcome. Come on, Desiree, come tell us how you're doing.
unmute.
Yeah.
There you
I'm
go.
doing well, thank you. I've been adding my food into Chronometer regularly every day, and my Keto Mojo populates it automatically when I check my ketones and blood sugar. And I don't know what else is new. Oh, I've been enjoying bone broth.
Good.
Nice.
Good job.
Yes.
Are you on a fast or what level of keto continuum are you in?
I'm practicing fasting, and I found that it was nice having the help of everybody doing it the same way, but excuse me. Oh, sorry. When I broke my fast, I found that it's easier for me to break my fast on the weekend, because
Okay.
my sleep was off when I was
Hey.
when I was fasting.
And a lot of people just know that's a struggle. So good for you for listening to your body and you working what works for your schedule. Because there's a lot of us when we're fasting, those ketones kick in about 2 a.m., 3 a.m. and the buzz goes and my head starts, my checklist is going off. And it's like, if I could get up and clean right now, I could get something done because my body just starts churning them out. Just know that will level out. Just as you get more into fasting and your body gets more prepped and ready and used to it, that will level out and it'll get easier and it won't keep waking you up forever. I kind of enjoy the energy burst in a while, but good for you, Desiree, for staying the course. Just good job.
Nice to see everyone.
Nice to see
Nice
you.
to
Thanks
see
for
you.
being here.
Yep. Cynthia, come on in. It was our OG rock star.
She called you OG.
OG rock star. Aren't we
That
cool?
old girl.
oh no.
Called me out loud. Nope.
Yeah.
Come on in. Cynthia is one of the
No.
people who have met her goals a long time ago and is in maintenance mode. So she's got a whole lesson to teach everybody on her own. So come on in, Cynthia. Say hi. Good to see you.
No, everything's going well. I just keep doing what I do. I do an 18-6 intermittent fasting and stay at around 20 carbs a day. And I have gradually been able to up my fat. So
nice.
Weight staying the same. I fluctuate 3 to 4 pounds. And I feel great. Everything's going along. Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful. Good job.
So that's it.
Good job, Cynthia.
Just hanging in there.
And she's one of the, Cynthia learned how she worked through the humps. She worked over those hurdles. She got her body chemistry going and never looks back.
She really listens to her body.
She does. And she knows when she's having a struggle, she works through it. She figures it out. It's like, my body's different than your body. Your body's different than the next person's body. We can all do the same steps, but you got to listen to your body and understand your numbers on when to push and when to back off. And Cynthia just mastered it. So she got to her goal weight and then was learning how to juggle maintenance. So that's a whole nother learning process that you got to learn. But she was saying she's learning to up those fats a little bit so she doesn't keep losing, gaining wherever she wants to be. And again, this is a weight optimization program. So you don't actually get to pick your body weight. Your body's going to take you where it wants to go. And some of us, it takes a lot slower than others. So
yeah, it was not the weight loss was not speedy for me. I mean, pound and a half a week. I mean, but it was steady. That was the thing, is that, and then I started seeing, clothes loosening, rings loosening. And I think the biggest thing was that my joints quit hurting,
Yeah.
Yep.
I have no pain in my feet or ankles or knees, fingers. I was starting to get swelling when I started this journey. I was starting to get swelling in my fingers. I'm 74, so everybody says, "Well, that's just normal. You're old."
To be normal.
It is not normal.
But all of that swelling has gone away, And I say good riddance. So,
Amen. Good.
yeah, there's times when it's tough, but it's interesting because I went to the fish fry, our conservation club, and they, everybody brings in desserts. And one of the ladies said, well, wouldn't you like a piece of this apple crumble or whatever it was? And I said, no, thanks. And she says, you don't like apples? And I said, no, I just don't eat sugar. And she kind of bridled a little bit. And I said, I just don't eat sugar. It's not good for me. And so, she kind of shook her head and walked away. And
ain't it funny the reactions you get from people?
Yeah. I found that, I'm very enthusiastic about this whole process and everything, but I find that I can't talk to people about it. I'd love to be able to share it, and coming here and, being able to talk about it and, maybe brag a little bit about what I've done. Because I used to think that if I could do it, anybody could do it, that it was easy because I can't accomplish anything hard. Well, I finally came to the conclusion that this is tough. This is hard.
And you did it.
It is very hard. And a lot of people simply can't, they don't get it. They don't want to get it. And then they have an entire lifetime. I started life before, was it Kesey? Was he the one that messed up all the stuff with the fats? I don't know if it was, the one that
Keys.
Ansel Keys.
Yes.
Ansel Keys.
Yes.
Well, my parents went from butter and bacon fat and all that to Fleischmann's corn oil, margarine in the 50s.
Yep.
And everything they did was based on what Ansel Keys had done. And thank God, they were just naturally healthy people, and Dad lived to be 90 and Mom was 94. But everything we did in our household was based on the standard American diet and Ansel Keys's preachings. And so I had a whole lot of mental that I had to get over, and it still gets me. I still, when I'm pouring bacon fat on my eggs in the morning and adding a scoop of butter on top of the bacon fat, I'm just like, what the heck are you doing to yourself?
But look at you now.
And then I pour on the salt and I'm going, dang, this is good.
Yes.
And I just am so grateful that I can really, really enjoy the foods that I love. And I make Alfredo sauce, a keto Alfredo sauce with cream cheese, and I keep that in the refrigerator. And you know how we used to eat peanut butter with a spoon?
You eat the Alfredo.
I eat Alfredo sauce with a spoon, and it's just one of my staples. I get hungry, I go eat that. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I could put away a can of peanut butter.
You sit down and watch TV with a spoon and a jar of peanut butter.
Crunchy peanut butter.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Same here. I loved it. And then I thought, well, I'm going to do better. And I started just getting fresh ground peanuts with nothing in it. So that helped. No sugar, no, chemicals, but still peanut butter. It's still 7 grams of carbohydrate per quarter cup. That's a lot of carbs,
It is, Cynthia. We're just so proud of you. And I just want to say about the arthritis, the pain in the joints and everything. We had, some of remember Tim from the group a while ago. He started about a year ago with us. I just got a message from him. It's been 1 year. He's lost 150 pounds. He was having to retire to be in a wheelchair because his joints were so bad. And I will tell you, this man is at church this morning, and I'll have to post a picture in the group of him. He's lost 150 pounds. He is back to work. He's the general contractor of our church rebuild, and he's killing it. He's working with his son just everything. He's doing everything that he dreamed and wanted to do in retirement and everything like that. But the cool part of it is his arthritis. He couldn't walk. Yep. His joints hurt him so bad. And he come up this morning and he said they went to a birthday party for his son, turned 40. So he said his wife made this beautiful big chocolate cake and everything, and they both do it. But God love the woman. She made this chocolate cake, and he had a piece of the cake, and he said instantly, he said he woke up and his joints were hurting and everything. So jumped into a fast and everything. But again, it's just that win because you know the difference of how you can feel and what the fasting does, and cleaning all that up, put that sugar back in your body is just a nightmare. So good for you, Cynthia, for sticking with it, learning to listen to your body. And we're just so
way
proud
to
of
way to
you.
lead.
No doubt. All right. I know, Laura, you said you're just listening in. I don't know who Surf is. Anybody else want to jump in tonight? Anybody over there? Anybody have questions? Anybody not?
I'll go, Tammy. I haven't.
Sorry, Sharon, I missed you. Go ahead, jump in.
So just happy to finally be able to join the group. I set an alarm clock.
Welcome.
Welcome aboard.
So I could join. So after our Dr. Boz's class, I fell off the wagon a little, went camping with a friend, had some mimosas, but jumped back on. But I've had some disappointments and some wonders. I quickly, I ordered my ketones, went on Amazon, and they lost my order. So I had my ketones, the DVDs, some other stuff. So they lost my order. So frustrated. So I went on to Dr. Boz's site and ordered, but those haven't gotten here yet. So it's been like 2 weeks, and I'm like gone to a couple stores. I'm like, oh, so I'm waiting to get that. Because I like putting those in I'll put them in my teas and do what you do in sips. So, that's my frustration. But one of the other things I really noticed as I've gone back on, and this was even during our 21-day class we had, is the keto itch. But I've had it for years because when I used to, I'm Irish, so we'd always have the corned beef and cabbage, and afterwards we'd have sandwiches with rye bread. And I noticed my arms would just itch with the rye bread. And so I finally made that connections, eat the rye bread, my arms itch, don't eat the rye bread. A month later, have rye bread again, itch. So, and then apricots with the sulfur. So I've always had some food allergies and the histamines. And so I was driving home because I commute long hours, went to In-N-Out, thought I was doing great, just itchy, 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 itchy. There's this great homemade sausage place without, all the preservatives, made some sausages easy, dip it in, some mustard and stuff, itch, itch, itch. It was just horrible. So I did a little bit more research about the ground meat, some other stuff. So I'm just going to stick to steak.
That's
for
probably
a
a good plan, Sharon. Just know that itch that comes along that so many people get, that keto itch, just know that is almost like a little yeast infection between the dermis and the epidermis, and it gets in the layer of skin. You know what feeds that?
Inflammation.
Sugar. So any type of carb, any type of sugar, and just sipping on the VHB, just know those of us that are super sensitive, I'm sipping on it right now because I'm sick, but as soon as that passes, I cannot sip on VHB because of the stevia and the sweetness that's in them. And a lot of us in this group, you will find have that same problem. Any sweetness on the tongue will stimulate the sweetness response. So just know that moving forward. But your best thing would be to stick with the meat, eat the fats, add the meat, and eat till you're full and skip everything else. I would cut the carbs. I would cut sweeteners. I would cut all that out to get that itch to just go away. If you don't feed it, it can't grow.
Yeah, that's out. But and then taking the Zurich. So there is I researched the histamine intolerance. So that's okay, I'm taking the Zurichs and eliminating everything you said. So I started back up at 300 Dr. Boz, and now I'm finally back at 90 Dr. Boz.
Good deal.
So, and I'm probably, because I'm fine. I went 2 weeks, 3 weeks on a fast, and I made it to 72 hours each of those times. So I'm just going to go and jump into a fast tonight because I want to get back into that rhythm.
Doing a fast or a sardine challenge?
Oh, hell no.
Clean fast. Are you doing a clean fast?
I'm just going to do a clean fast. And if I need to, then I'll do tuna fish. But I'm just going to go with a clean fast.
No sardines for you, huh?
Yeah, I grew up, I'm very sensitive to smell and taste of some things, and I throw up. I literally gag and I threw up over it. So it is not worth the trauma of throwing up. So
Not
Yeah.
worth it at all. So just
No.
if you can get a clean one in, salt water, black coffee, black tea with nothing in it, you got it made. If you can
Yes,
rock that out, good for you. And that's going to clean up all that histamine response. Just know, I've always found most of my clients that have major allergies, or even my own son with his allergies and stuff like that, when you get in ketosis and you get that DBR down and that inflammation comes down, you will be amazed how your allergies will slip away. How they just vanish.
The longer and more consistent that you're in that ketosis state, your allergies will seem to disappear.
That's what I can't wait. So I'm just so excited to be here and being back with a support group and being able to talk with everybody and hearing everyone and be able to support everybody in their journey also. So thank you.
Good job and welcome
back.
aboard.
Yep.
And just know, I've been on allergy pills my whole adult life, and I taught health and nutrition. I ate clean. I didn't have crap in me, and I still needed allergy pills every year. I can't even tell you last time I mean, I don't even know the last time I even got a prescription filled for my allergies. Doesn't happen.
Tammy,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was a part of it. I've been allergic to ragweed horribly, and I took one pill this season.
Good for you. Yep.
So
Again,
that's-
that inflammation comes out of the lungs, the inflammation comes down out of the body. You just don't need all those pills that we used to take for anti-inflammatories. How many times did we just take Advil like it was no big deal? You know, any anti-inflammatory, all the arthritis medications, the allergy medications, inflammation in the body is the problem. So it's just neat to see how much of it we can change, how much of it we can help repair, anything like that. So I don't know. It's just neat to know. My son, I keep laughing at him because Adam just always says, Mom, you sound like it's the cure for everything. And I'm like, it kind of is. So just do it. just shut up and do it. You got this. But we love it. Janet, do you want to check in tonight? I see you're on. Good to see you, hon. Laura's just checking it, listening. Laura, we miss you. Good to see ya. Marcia, Jen, anybody want to check in? Is everybody? Rob, Janet. Janet, come on in. Say hi. Tell us how you're doing.
Okay, so I'm doing all right. I'm living. Been having a little bit of a rough time. I have been trying really hard to just really try to determine if I'm like fat adapted. Kind of pulled the reins back on the whole fasting and the sardine stuff just to make sure that I'm fat adapted. Kind of weird. I'm doing really good. And then, I'm good. Really.
Okay. You're not sounding that. I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. So I feel like there's something.
I just feel like I'm a scatterbrain and I'm just all over the place and trying to help other people. And I just I got off for a minute because I had to go visit my friend down the street because she just got home because she had a stroke. And she's just finally home, so I was taking care of her. I'm like, you guys know I make bread and I give it away. And so I took him a loaf of bread just to, hey, how you doing? I have food. And, I feed people that I love. So I was just checking on her. That's kind of where I was at with that. And just being kind of crazy and doing stuff, but I'm good. I'm living and I'm eating butter. And ground beef and steak and butter
and more butter, right?
And more butter. Yeah.
Janet, I'm going to give you the speech I gave you before. I'm going to tell you, slow down for a minute. You cannot take care of everybody else if you don't take care of yourself. I want you to get your keto continuum paper out, and I want you to go down through, and I want you to read through each step and see where your personal chemistry is at right now. And I want you to stay right there. I don't want you to push forward. Don't make it harder. Don't confuse it. You shouldn't be all over the place.
Yeah, and that's kind of, I didn't check the keto continuum. I didn't, but I did kind of feel myself being pushed into the fasting and the sardines and everything. So I just wanted to sit back and make sure that I was fat adapted so I could make sure that my food was something that was me.
Yep. And that is
part of me.
Dr. Boz. Just so everybody knows, Janet is one that just took the 21-day challenge with Dr. Boz in the Kickstart. And just know that 21-day thing, it was amazing. It was fun. It was cool because we were all together. but 21 days is
Loved
not
it.
necessarily enough time to get your body completely fat adapted. My body was not ready in 21 days by no way, shape, or form. So it was one of those things that 21 day was just a jump start. That was just here's the chemistry, here's how you do it, here's what you're going to do. But now she has that knowledge to take home. And if she needs to spread that out over 3 months to get her chemistry ready, then that's what she's going to do. And I want her to slow down. It's not just see how fast we can push you into fasting. It is how fast can we chemically make your body let your chemistry carry you. And you have to do Keto Continuum. Anybody that doesn't know that Keto Continuum is a 12-step program. You don't get to pick step 1, step 4, step 5, and step 8, and then push to 12. You don't get to do that. You have to go through. There is a reason for every step in that journey.
And consistency is king.
You can't just do it for a day. You can't say, oh, I closed my eating window today, so I'm ready to go to the next step. No, that is not.
No.
You have to get that eating window closed up and fat adapted. Stay there consistently for weeks sometimes. It's not an excuse. It's not the chance, it's not where you want to write yourself an excuse to say, oh my gosh, I'm just going to keep my eating window at 6 hours because I don't want to push. That's not what we're saying. But there is a point of having to make sure your chemistry is right before you push forward. So Janet, I'm just going to tell you, back up a little bit, get that keto continuum. But wherever you land on the keto continuum, I want you to hold there and I want you to do that level perfect for 2 weeks. Perfect for 2 weeks. Stay there, get your chemistry strong, then it'll be easy for you to go to the next step. But if you're pushing through that and you're all over the place and you're struggling, I want you to focus on you, because you can't make all that bread and give it away and help and love on everybody else if you don't love yourself first. You got to love you. You got to take care of you before you take care of anybody else. And we're all preaching to the choir on here. So if we keep reminding each other of that long enough, we will all succeed.
I recorded that.
Sooner or later. Sooner or later it'll happen. Thank you.
You will get there. Just don't give yourself an excuse to stay all squirrely in it. Get your keto.
Nope, that's what I said. But I gave myself a win the other day because it was like my daughter went back into the hospital with her baby, right? And I was just like stressed. There's nothing I can do about it. And I took a deep breath and I realized that there's nothing that I can do to actually help her. She's the one that has to figure this out. Deep breath. And I did not go for the cookie or the chocolate that was actually running around in my head. I went for the stinking butter. Okay. I made some butter and cream cheese and I mixed them all together and put them in a little mold thing. And that's what I was fucking eating. I was like, all right.
Good job.
So I have to tell you this. I bought this. I don't know if you can see it's pumpkin pie spice.
Yeah.
Whatever. I sprinkle it on my butter and my cream cheese mixture.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
She does it in her coffee.
I sprinkle it in my coffee. I made cookies with some pumpkin pie, which is cream cheese and butter and an egg. Made the kids cookies for the week. Bye, Kathleen. We love you, hon. Have a good week. Made cookies out of it. Hey, whatever works right now. But Janet, you just gotta get back on track. Take care of you, girl.
I was just really happy that I didn't go for the chocolate because I do have some in my closet because it's like 100% dark chocolate and I've learned to enjoy it, but I didn't go for it.
That's a huge win.
That is huge.
Don't.
That's what I was saying. This is a win for me.
To know that that's your daughter and you're a mama and you're worrying about everybody else and you didn't fall off the wagon. Good for you. That's a struggle. That's a hard one.
And don't downplay that at all, because that is a huge mental piece of this whole puzzle. I mean, so many people are in that place that at that instant you made the right choice and you did win.
Yep. Want to throw a couple things out of here before we get done. First of all, I think there's a couple tickets left for Friendsgiving. Anybody that wants to show up, there will be a link in the group page for Friendsgiving. It's November 12th. November 12th.
November 12th.
In Memphis, Tennessee. Judith. Gosh, I just went blank. She's from Keto for the Soul. She's hosting it, and it's a good one. She has some good people there. So go and get to mingle and rub elbows with some of the good guys. And so it's just a fun one. So we will be at that, and there's a few tickets left for that. And are we throwing it out?
I don't know.
Here we go.
We're
throwing it all out there. Anybody that can show up to KetoCon, anybody that is interested on going in April 21st, 22nd, 23rd.
Stina's going to be there, she said.
Stina's going to be there. Oh, thank you, Jesus. I need some familiar faces in Texas because I have been asked to speak. And
good.
I am terrified. So I need all the faces that I know and love to be
I
there.
got a house full. We already have 5 women. We got an Airbnb, so we're all going to be there.
All right,
That's awesome.
sweet.
Well, I need to see faces that I know so I can at least get to the stage without passing out or puking or God only knows what. So, but I'm just so excited and blessed and honored to be a part of it, and I'm trying to work through my own anxieties and fears, but I would love it if any of you could come. I have a link I'll be posting on the page this week. I'm going to go ahead and announce it. I'm committed now, so I think we're pretty much going. So I'll put all those links up, and everything will get on that group page this week. We'll update everything as we get going this week. Hopefully I'm back up to functioning this week and getting to all the consults and everybody. If we missed any consults last week when I was sick, give me a buzz if we don't have you rescheduled, and we'll get you rescheduled. Get everybody back on track and get moving. But we want to say thank you. We love y'all. Any other questions over there that we didn't get?
We're good.
Everybody good over there? All right. Anybody?
I forgot.
Oh, hey,
it's me.
Hi, it's Ruth. Come on in. Check in. Sorry.
No, you know what? I wanted to deal with this itch. And this was important for me. I mean, it was important to understand about the itch, because I began to slowly come to that. And that's what I needed to understand, because that's the sugar in here. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Isn't that correct?
Yeah.
And so what I was taking, I'm sure it's called the Relight. It was the Relight that I was taking. And so that I began to have that little itch. And so now I know what it is.
Now we still need to get the minerals in you. So you need the minerals. And most of us that are really insulin resistant, as much as I hate it, we have to just get the unflavored minerals, because any of them, and you can get Relight has, I think, an unflavored. I know LMNT has an unflavored. I don't care which one you use. I will put posts up for any of the links that I have to save you a little bit of money, but they are all, you have to get them in you, but all of them that have the stevia in them, most of us that are insulin resistant, that sweetness will affect your chemistry. It does. It's just.
It didn't, because see, I've been trying to do the fat adapted. The more I have become, I believe, more fat adapted, or at least because I can now take more of the MCT oil too. But I take them twice, 3 times a day, two like that, and then I will increase it. But I noticed that more of that, and then that one time that I had peanut butter and an apple, and it turned me upside down.
Yeah, so, apple is still sugar. It's that sweetness in that apple again.
Yeah. So that time I've learned that it's only happened once, and that was enough. Because see, I don't like, even when you're having a little taste of something, I don't drink to that point where anything swirls. So and I mostly drink straight. So that's the other thing. I don't drink sweet. So the idea there was that was besides the fact that I had a vertigo, so it was on the fact that I didn't need it. So I swirling is terrible for me. I don't like swirling. So, but the point is that when I found out it was sweet that caused it, and I could duplicate it if I wanted it, that is not what I wanted. So
good job reading your body, Ruth.
Yes, good job listening. And I will put so everybody understands that LMNT has one, it's called Raw with no flavor in it. I think Relight has a one with no. Can anybody confirm that one? I don't have the Relight one here to confirm, but I think
Relight is a let's see. Yeah, unflavored. It's
unflavored.
Okay. I think they do. So if they do too,
unflavored blue.
Relight has an unflavored one, and then the Keto Chow has unflavored.
Okay, I see the Keto Chow on one of my links, so I'm.
Yeah.
Hey, Tammy on the Keto Chow, he has 2 or 3 different ones. Which one are you recommending?
I use the electrolyte, and then they have the daily minerals separate. So I don't do so bad on the minerals, but the electrolytes, if I let them drop, then I get Charlie horses from hell and back. So I do. It's just my feet. I don't know what it does to my feet, but I seem to be better on the minerals, but the electrolytes, I struggle, especially when I really start fasting. So kind of listen to your body, but I look at it, I'd rather have too much than not enough of either of these. So, and the fasting drop, just, they have a Keto Chow has a fasting drop too. If you're low on sodium while you're fasting, some people need that extra help. So that's one of the things that they offer along with it. So it's, again, any of their stuff doesn't have flavors in it. So it's a win. It really is. Now, when you go to the site, any of you with major insulin resistant problems, those Keto Chow packs are not perfect. They have some stuff in them that we can't deal with, but they're great for the kids. They worked out perfect for the party over the weekend. We made the hot chocolate. They made cookies out of them. Those kind of things. They're not perfect for us, but they were perfect for the kids or somebody that's reached their goals and not as insulin resistant as I am. But getting the minerals and stuff in you, you really gotta keep those up, and just know those sweeteners, Ruth, will throw you every time. So just be careful, girl. Get you some unflavored ones ordered. Even on your eating days, use those ones without the sweetener. You just don't need that extra sweetness every day. Yeah.
Okay.
Becca, you got a question, hon?
No, I just wanted to add that Keto Chow has the electrolyte tablets, so that you don't have to worry about the taste of them. You can just take one of the tablets and swig it down with some water. And that's a really good way to get your electrolytes in.
Yep.
I can't deal with the taste of the liquids, either the daily minerals or the electrolytes.
And that's just a personal preference, whichever one you like. If you like the liquids, it's fine. If you like the pills, I don't like taking the pills. I feel like they just lay in my gut and dry down my throat. So I will mix them in my water all day long and they don't bother me. It's a personal preference, whatever you want to do, as long as you're getting them in you without the flavors and the sweetness, it's a win. So just keep them in you. Good job. Good job.
And Sharon, did that answer your question?
Sharon had put in, yeah. I think I have right now I'm just finishing up my Dr. Berg. He has a electrolytes, and when I put it in my chronometer, it doesn't come up with any carbohydrates. I mean, but they're sweet. There's got to be sweeteners in it because it's pretty sweet.
And most of them don't have carbs. They will say 0 carbs, but there is still sweeteners in them. If you read the ingredients, it's the sweet, even it's the sucraloses, it's the maldextrose, it's all those. It's stevia. It does not matter. I mean, Dr. Boz, I love her products, but the stevia in the BHB, I cannot do. I mean, I can do it when I'm sick, when I'm off the rails, and it's better than whatever, but the stevia does not work for me. And Laura down here was in our group. It's the same thing. She's done keto for years. She's mastered it. She's got her weight off. She's done great, but finding and checking our numbers for that sweetness, any sweetness to your tongue will give us a reaction. So
that's that next level almost, like it is. You add that one more thing that's like even level 13 when you're really fine tuning and you notice that.
Yeah, you actually, before you hit into the fasting, you should know that. You should know by the time you hit 8, 9, switch over to like 9 and you start into 9, 10, 11, and 12, you should know if sweets bother you or not.
So how do you know if sweets are bothering you? Because, I've done drops or whatever I'm using now, and I can get my numbers down. Like during our 21-day challenge, I got my numbers down. Like even my sugar went down to 7, like glucose. I think the lowest was about 78, 82. So
with fast or with eating?
It was with eating too, the 1 meal a day, because I did pretty good. I've always been on 1 meal a day. So I really did the land and squeeze. My challenge is eating before the light time was my biggest trying to challenge, and just stress eating. So, once I came over the hurdles, I was able to kind of get those numbers down pretty quickly. And I started pretty high. So I don't know if I'm as intolerant to stevia as some other people, but I think I still want to try to clean it up.
Yep. And most of us, that's what we need to do. It just comes down to, you can check your numbers, you can test, you can test before you have something, have the drops, add them, test again in a half hour, test afterwards in an hour. You can check it and kind of see how your body reacts on the quick response. but I'm telling you, over time, mine will even give me a response in the morning. So, you know, what you're waking up, Sharon, with your morning glucose is going to be the answer of truly how insulin resistant your body is, how fast you recover back from it when you do it, and move forward in it. So good job. But most of us struggle with that sweetness. It's just the matter of the beast. It truly is. Go ahead, Sandy. You got a question?
Well, when Ruth was talking, when you were talking and you were talking about the swirling, that went over my head. I'm not sure what you were talking about.
I'll help you, Ruth, on this one. She gets vertigo when she has too much glucose.
Oh, okay.
So she gets the spin.
Insulin, yeah, that was vertigo.
Yep.
Okay.
So that would be what the swirling is, when the room starts swirling.
Yeah.
Well, I have challenges with vertigo, so thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Bug, good to see you, hon. We've told all the horse. Anybody, Bug, can you jump on? I don't know. Jen that just jumped on is my daughter-in-law, so we was trying to see how the kids all fared from the from the party. Nana and Papa left early. Yep. We tapped out and went home with some cold medicine while the kids were still partying away. But any other questions we can help anybody with? Everybody good? All right. I will put a whole bunch of posts this week. I will get caught up on everybody's posts. Again, Keto Chow, LMNT, who's the other one? Oh, Relight. All have unflavored electrolytes and everything. You need to get them ordered. I'll be posting a lot of links, try to help you out. Anybody that can make it to KetoCon, please jump in. And just know, if you can get your tickets purchased before October 31st, you get the $300 ticket, which gets you in all 3 days for $100. After October 31st, it's going to progressively go up. The VIP ticket is $1,000. So anything you can get purchased early to save the money would be so worth it. I'd just be happy to have any of you there that can be there. So it's going to be cool. It's going to be good. Any other questions?
Nope.
Everybody good over there? All right, guys. If not, anybody in our keto class, we'll see you tomorrow night at 8:00. And we will be live in class, and coachings will be coming up this week. We'll get everybody back on track. Talk soon. If you have any questions, be in the live group. We'll see you soon. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
Have a good week.